Alright, I'm gonna be showing you how to make the worst, basic, most easy, no melody beat that literally any rapper could probably use. Alright, this is gonna be step by step. First, alright, you wanna find a nice little basic hi-hat, right? See, I'm gonna do this one, right? There's my basic hi-hat. I'm gonna delete all these because they suck, quite frankly, and I don't want to use them. Right, right, right. You know what I'm talking about. So take your little hat now, 140 ppm. Change it, put it up. Don't do 130. It's ugly. I don't like it. Right, just take this, copy and paste it over all 5 bars. Right, so now you have this. Beautiful, amazing. Right. If you want, you could add some rolls. So what did I just do? Jesus Christ. Like this. And what right here. Right. Now you wanna find a snare. Alright. What did I just do? Now you don't this kind of snare, not what we're looking for. You wanna find that one's not bad. Why am I down here? No cuts, by the way. Alright, now you want to take your you want to take your snare, right? You want to put it after 4 hi-hats. So like this, right? See, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you want to put one right here and right here, alright? And you just want to copy, yeah, you just want to copy and paste it. And if they're a little bigger, if they're like that, that's okay. This is what it would look like that. All right. Now you got this. Right. Now you wanna find a kick. You wanna find a nice, heavy little kick. Right. Like this one. All right. Now this part is pretty simple. Put it on. Like you wanna do that. So put it there, and there, and there. You see, it's the same spacing. It's 2.5 technically. If they're a little bigger, it'll just be 2. But so you want your kicks like this at first. Actually, let's go back to the snare. Let's have a little variation. We can't have it too boring. Then people won't wanna hear our beat, right? Right. So now just copy and paste it over. But over here at the end, instead of having that many, you just have the one. So you get rid of the second one because that's where the snare is. So now you have this. See? Beautiful, amazing. You want to find yourself a nice little 808. I'm not going to use a Spins 808 because we're not going that basic, alright? We got to use something a little fancy. This is where all of the creativity comes in. All of your creativity comes from your 808 at this point. I got a lot of amazing 808s, as you can tell. Alright, this is going to be what I use. Now this part, pretty simple. There's really two ways. You can kind of freestyle it, or you can go the basic way. I'm gonna change mine to be like this, right? So, for the most basic ever, you're gonna want to do this. I'm trying to think. Oh, make sure you put cut cell phone so it doesn't clip. I forgot to say that. Jesus Christ. The basic 808s. Sorry about that. It's just like this, and then copy and paste. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. See, this is a little different. Still pretty basic. It's just the same, getting closer and closer with each thing besides those two, right? And if you want at the end, you just have a B1. Alright, now we're going to get a nice little open hat. If I can type correctly. Right? Find your basic little open hat, right? You want to put it right after this first little thing. 4 little ticks at the zoom. A fully zoomed out is 2, right? No. See, just 2 after every number. 2 little blocks fully zoomed out after every number is where you want your open hats to be. So it sounds like this. Now you want to get your snare, right? What? No, you want to get a chant, not a snare. Don't listen to me. Just get a basic little. Basic little chant, and now this one you can kind of play around. Basic, most basic, just kind of put it around the snares. Usually have them closer together than a big gap, then closer together than a big gap. Right, so now you got this. This is your beat right now. One thing, you probably want to turn down those chants a little bit. They're going to be a little too prominent. Alright, now you got that. You wanna find a Z bell. Right? Basic little bell. Right? And what you wanna do with this, you wanna just watch. Just like that. Now watch this. Listen to how that sounds. See, since our beat has no melody, it gives it some kind of sustenance to kind of hold on to, since there's nothing else besides the 808s. Now, if you add anything from here, that's your choice, right? You know, if you want to try and make it a little more unique, you can do that. Most people don't. Now, you can also do a little perk. You can find there's a lot of different kinds, right? Like with this, you could just layer that with the bell. Make it have a little more sustenance. Or you can just get a normal perk. are a little more, they're a little harder to kind of get right. You really got to kind of play around with it, play it by ear. There's no really specific way to have your perks. Right? That's now, you know, at this point pretty basic, but you can't just have it, you can't just have it play like that. You got to make it sort of, you got to kind of add some stuff to it, right? So what you're going to do, get your hi-hat. This is just going to go everywhere. I'm going to make mine about a minute long, right? It's a little over a minute and a second. That's what I'm going to do, all right? So you just want to add your hi-hat over your entire little workspace. Not like all the way down here. No need for that. Just as much as you're going to do. So it's going to start 1 bar, then add the snare and the kick at the same time, preferably. Then you want to cut off the hi-hat and the kick about right here where those last 2 snares play. Get your 808, boom. Just add all your stuff in. If I can. There we go. Perfect. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's your beat. Realistically, that's your beat, right? But realistically, it's kind of what? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars of just the same thing? Kind of gets a little boring. So what we're going to do is, let's see, we're going to get rid of our little bell and that perk, right? 2 bars it'll play. Then it'll strip down to just the, let's say, this. Get rid of the 808, I'll say. But let's keep this perk. And then it goes into that, right? So now we got some more variation. I'm actually going to cut mine off right there. You kind of, depending on how long it is, with just 5 bars, you want to try and keep it like 2 thingies to a thingy, right? I'll play the beat real quick, and that's how you make the most basic beat ever that literally anyone can make. It doesn't even matter what sounds you use. Realistically, you could use the most, like, hold on, you could use like any of those. If it can stop, Jesus Christ, you could use any of those and it wouldn't change the overall sound goodness of the beat. But here's the full beat. Ignore what I tried to do at the end there. It doesn't matter. I hope you enjoyed this little seminar about how to make a really basic, crappy beat that anyone can make in Took me 15 minutes. I think half of that time was probably looking for good sounds, and the other half was like split into actually a quarter making the beat and the other quarter explaining what I was doing. So yeah, go have fun. Go scam people with your crappy little beats. That's it for me, I guess.